What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Zombie Den podcast. This is episode 9.
Hell no, to the no, hell to the no.
Wow, I can't believe I've been wanting to do a podcast for years. Well, I mean, I say podcast. This is kind of a ghetto rigged video with no video, and I call it a podcast.
Motherfucker.
But thank you. Welcome back. I hope you dig them. The 2 listeners or 2 followers, subscribers, whatever you call it. I'm going to have to figure out a way to kind of make a legit one day. I don't know what I do with my old episodes. Maybe I'll just say I didn't have any. This is my first one. But I'm still clearing my throat and saying a lot. So for that, you have to tolerate that for an hour. Sorry about that. But If you're back, then you enjoy them. I appreciate that. I enjoy making them. So for an hour, I'll talk about all kinds of boomer shit, music and movies that I like. And if you're listening to this, you probably like them too. Listen to it while you poop. Last podcast, I was talking about Halloween, and I said, I still have kind of it's like my mind or my brain hasn't been the same. And it's so fucking hot. It's like, maybe I'm dehydrated and I was still getting over whatever I had. It's like it's taking me like a month to get over that crud that I had. And I just had fog brain. And it was Tom Atkins, the guy in Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. I love Tom Atkins. He's in Creepshow, Night of the Creeps. I love Tom Atkins. I can't remember. I was kicking myself. I can't remember his name. I love Tom Atkins. He's the man. But anyway, this podcast, we'll talk about all kinds of boomer shit. Golden Girls, Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, tuck our wieners, and maybe even pretend to hug each other while we dock our wieners. I mean, all that cool shit. And if you got a beer, drink it, or have a beer for me. I might be drinking. I need to do a podcast one day where I'm drunk or fucked up. That'd be hilarious. But for an hour, we'll talk about all kinds of cool shit. So stay tuned.
Amateur fucking.
Cool, guys. Let me clear my throat while I do the news. Movie, music, and TV news. Let's see what we got here. Sorry about my throat clearing. I've always done that all my life. I have to clear my throat, or I sound like Danny DeVito, or I already sound like Kermit the Frog, or Ray Romano. I can't fucking talk. But anyway, we're going to do some TV, music, and movie news. See what the fuck's going on right here. It looks like, and I have a nerd boner, too bad you can't see it, but Zack Snyder's Justice League is returning to the movie theater. Ooh. But I don't know if it's anywhere close. Close. I don't know how long it will be. That movie should have got a theatrical releasing. That movie is way better than the bullshit they put out in 2017. I don't know why, as a movie executive, you would see that version, the 2017, and go, you know what, this is way fucking better than what Zach did, which is ridiculous. Anyway, I would love to see that. I feel like there might be some shit going on behind the scenes. I don't know, I heard a rumor that some Warner Brothers executives weren't happy with some of James Gunn's dailies of his new Superman movie, and I don't know, they might be talking to Zach, hey man, we're sorry man, we fucked up, we need you back, but I don't know, I stand by what I said last podcast. I kind of want to see both. I want to see what James Gunn's doing with his DC. I think he's a creative guy, and I think Zack Snyder's a creative guy. I want to see both. I want to see Zack Snyder's vision finish. I don't know why they just can't do both. Why they couldn't do finish his story, his Justice League movies. I mean, they got like a separate Batman with Robert Pattinson. Why can't they do that with Zack? But who knows? It's probably political. It always is. But anyway, speaking of Zack Snyder, Henry Cavill Highlander reboot is scheduled to start shooting in January with director Chad, Stahelski. I think he directed some of the John Wick movies. I want to say he directed one of the Deadpool movies. So I'm really, really excited for that. And I heard that they're going to put some of the Queen music back in the Highlander reboot. I don't know if you ever saw the original Highlander movie. It had Queen music all throughout. I think that was awesome. I love the first Highlander movie. I thought, it's a classic. I always thought Christopher Lambert, I guess he's saying, I feel like he was kind of miscast in that movie. I think that's one of the movies that would really do good to have a reboot. But let's see what else we got right here. Looks like the Batman spinoff show, Arkham Asylum, is canceled. That was a spinoff of the kind of Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson Batman world. That actually sounded really, really cool. I don't know. I heard there's some shit going on behind the scenes on Warner Brothers. I heard they might even get sold. They might have a hostile takeover because I heard their stocks are down, and there's a lot of movie companies wanting to buy Warner Brothers. And if you don't know, Warner Brothers owns like all the DC properties and a lot of other stuff. They just really, I feel like when Discovery took Warner Brothers, it's just that, what's his name, David Zaslav? Is that his name? He really fucked up everything. He seems like a dumbass. He don't really know what the fuck he's doing. But what do I know about movie making and all that shit? There's another rumor about, we're talking about DC, that there's a rumor in James Gunn's Superman movie, Henry Cavill might be playing Ultraman, the bad version of Superman. I think that's probably bullshit, but that's the newest rumor. But who knows? We're still talking about, nerding out about comic book movies. Let's see. I heard Wolverine is supposed to fight the Hulk in Deadpool Wolverine movie. That would be amazing. I know a lot of, another nerdgasm by me and a lot of other nerds probably really want that to happen. So I look forward to that. I don't know if you saw the first, they come out with a lot of photos of James Gunn's Superman movie. And they had a first look at Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. Oh my God, he looks fucking terrible. It looks so bad. Like, I hope there's a lot of CGI. I mean, even I know Guy Gardner's haircuts always look kind of dumb, but he looks really fucking bad. So I hope that gets better. Let's see here. Max Cavalera and Igor Cavalera have re-released, or started to, re-release some of the Sepultura albums. And they came out with, my mind's going, is it Schizophrenia? Is that the album? It came out. I had a couple buddies get it on some of my vinyl clubs. They said it's like amazing. So I might have to get that too soon. I hope he does some more albums like Arise and Beneath the Remains. I love those albums. I hope Sepultura gets back together with Max. That would be epic. Machine Head has repressed Through the Ashes of Empires and the Blackening on vinyl. I got the Through the Ashes of Empires in the mail the other day on like this kind of dark blue vinyl, and it sounds amazing. And I've had the Blackening for a while. I think I got like original press, so I didn't get the repress, but a buddy had, and he said it sounded really, really good. I've been waiting for the Through the Ashes of Empires for a while now, and I'm so glad. It sounds really, really good. It looks good too. I don't think I'll probably ever get the Blackening, just because I have the original copy. But if you want those, are out now. So I think they're selling out really fast. So looks like Sony is to stop making Blu-rays and DVDs soon. That's kind of sad. I know a lot of companies are rumored to stop making DVD. I guess they just want you to stream. But I did notice some horror movies that I like, and some movies, they're not on streaming services. Or I'm getting where I kind of like buying them off of iTunes or Fandango. They'll have sales where they're like $4.99. I always, when I get paid, I'll buy a couple. And I've been doing that because I kind of feel it's going that way. But I'm really going to miss the physical media and all that. Even had a coworker go, "Man, you still buy DVDs and Blu-rays?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then he's just like, "Man, I just threw mine away." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." I guess a lot of people do that. Anyway, I was out and about with my wife. This ain't really music and movie news, but I found So Far, So Good, So What by Megadeth. I've been looking at for years. I found that at like a record shop I like going to by my house. And I'm super excited about that. And I found the new Judas Priest record, Invisible Shield, on pink vinyl. My wife was with me and she's like, ooh, it's pink on pink vinyl. And she was like, sold. I got a couple of t-shirts too. I got Alice in Chains Faceless concert shirt. That's really cool. And then I got a Deftones shirt. I probably spent too much money. And I got a Queen's Ride Operation Mindcrime album on vinyl in the mail too. And I'll have to do a show where I kind of talk about that album. That's one of my favorite albums. When I first got it, I thought it was super fucking corny. Now I love it. Anyway, I also got Armored Saint, Symbol of Salvation, and it should be coming pretty soon. Also, I'm going to the beach in August, so I got some Batman swimming trunks or Batman surfing on it. I'm real excited about that. Anyway, that's not really news. It's news to me, but that is the movie, TV, music news. So it's a little bit shorter than the last couple episodes. So on to the next segment. One little movie kind of news I forgot to mention in my news segment is I just saw this yesterday that I guess the last Conjuring movie in the Conjuring universe, Conjuring 4, is apparently coming out in September 5th, 2025. It kind of makes me sad because I really enjoyed this horror franchise. I know a lot of horror fans talk shit about it. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. People are so weird at what they fucking like. Like I always hear love about that movie Hereditary. I think that movie fucking sucks. I just don't get the big deal with that fucking movie. Like I all this praise was on it, and I bought it, and I watched it with my dad, and I was like, wow, this movie's fucking horrible. But I've only seen it one time. Movies do grow on me. I need to watch it again. But anyway, that is coming out September 5th, 2025. I saw a trailer for Annabelle 4. And I wasn't sure if it was fake or real. It looks real. So that's cool. We get another Annabelle movie and another Conjuring. I wasn't sure if the Annabelle 4 was the last, because I heard they were ending that franchise. And I hate that. I really enjoyed this franchise. I don't know what the fuck is going on at Warner Brothers, because I thought these movies were pretty profitable. I really enjoyed them. I know they were going to make like a spin-off of The Crooked Man.
What did he say?
And that got canceled, and something else. I don't know, maybe James Wan is just kind of ready to get away from Warner Brothers. I hope he takes his franchise somewhere else and continues it, because I really enjoyed it, because I could watch 10 Conjuring movies. I think they're really well made, and I just see a lot of people in some of these kind of fan pages, horror pages on Facebook. They just talk so much shit about the Conjuring universe. I think they're awesome. I've really enjoyed them. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to kind of mention that. But anyway, this segment, I want to talk about kind of what I've been listening to and some vinyls I got coming in the mail, or they did come in the mail. I've been listening a lot to the newest Helmet record. It's called Left. I think it came out last fall, and I've really enjoyed it. I think I got that and the newest Prong Seed around the same time. But I'm really enjoying the new Helmet album. I think it's their best album in a while. Probably since Size Matters. I always, Helmet's one of my favorite bands. I always buy their albums. But some of their last couple of albums, man, I just wasn't too crazy about. Like, I wasn't too crazy about Monochrome. I wasn't too crazy about C&I Dog. And I can't remember the other one. Leave the World. Let me look it up real quick. Because, see what we got here. Yeah, the last one, the one, I think it came out in 2016. I think I listened to it one time. I wasn't crazy about that one either. Let's see. Dead to the World. Thought that one was just okay too. But I really like their new album Left. I think it has that classic, Helmet kind of sound. But Anyway, I got like the first Godsmack album in the mail. They've been kind of like repressing their albums. I think they repressed their first 3 albums now, and I got the first one, and I forgot how good that album was. I do think Godsmack's a little overrated. Some of the songs really sound like Alice in Chains. They even took their name from Alice in Chains song, but the press sounds really good. I'm about to get Awake and Faceless soon. I really like Awake. I think Awake might be my favorite album by them. Anyway, today I got Armored Saint, A Symbol of Salvation. I think I got that from like, was it Raves? Is it Raves Waves? I got off of eBay. That one's kind of hard to find, and I think it's on clear burgundy vinyl. And my wife said the package kind of came kind of shitty. I tell you what, the mail post office around where I live is fucking horrible. It's so bad. I kind of know why it's so bad, because I don't know. It's kind of fucking ghetto.
You racist motherfucker.
It was so bad. The mail, it was on the news. How fucking I can't remember who, the Post General, I guess that's what they call him. He had to get involved. It was so fucking bad. My dad lives in Texas, and he'll send me like a card, or my cousin send me a card, and my dad's like, what the fuck's going on down there? I sent that card like 2 months ago. It's fucking ridiculous. But anyway, I got that Armored Saint Symbol of Salvation, and I got that in the mail today. My wife said. My wife opened it and said it looked okay. This is just kind of what they put it in looked kind of shitty. So I'm gonna check that. I might have to listen to that tonight. And I ordered a King Diamond Conspiracy on like, said it was pink marble, but I think it's kind of red looking. And I really started to like that album. I've been listening to it a lot on streaming. I have it on CD, but I know Metal Blade's been kind of putting out King Diamond, Merciful Fate albums. They put out a lot of Armored Saint like repress, so I'm about to collect all the Armored Saint albums too. What else did I get? I got Anthrax did like a covers album called Anthems. I got that coming too. I'm excited about that. I want to say I ordered something. I think I pre-ordered A Day to Remember's Homesick album, and then I pre-ordered what's it called? In Flames Colony album. So In Flames have been kind of repressing their albums too. So I think I talked about that in the last podcast, but. Anyway, I'm going to play a couple of tracks from Helmet, their new album Left. Hope you enjoy them, and then we'll move on to the next segment.
something's cool.
I guess the other album I was going to talk about is Avenged Sevenfold's last album, Life is But a Dream, or Life is a Dream. I can't remember which one. I was going to play a track from it called We Love You. They're definitely wearing their Mr. Bungle and Faith No More influence on their sleeves. They kind of changed their sound a little bit on this album. I think it's really cool. A lot of fans are kind of decisive on it. I hear a lot of people don't like it. You know, a lot of people don't like Avenged Sevenfold anyway. I see a lot of metal fans kind of make fun of them. I've always loved them ever since I've heard Seed of Evil. I thought they were awesome. Just kind of bringing back the, I don't know, they always kind of remind me of like Guns N' Roses meets Metallica meets Pantera. I always thought that was really cool. I know M. Shadow's voice is kind of acquired taste. It's kind of raspy, almost like Axl Rose in a way. But I've always loved this band. I always got their albums when they came out. I just got this album on vinyl. I think it's on purple vinyl in the mail the other day. I've had the CD for like maybe a year now. I noticed they always come out with an album the same year Metallica does. I'm sure that's not on purpose, but you can tell that it's like one of their favorite bands is Metallica. Me too. I mean, I think Metallica is my favorite band. But I love this band. I was going to play you this track, We Love You, right now. It's definitely different, but I love it. I showed it to my wife, and she was just like, what the fuck is this? But I love it. Hope you like it. See if you like it right now. And I hope you dig it. Cool band, very talented. I kind of wonder what their next album's going to kind of sound like, because this one is really, really different. So check this song out. It's called We Love You.
there? Not your mom. They did kill a girl over there. Not your girlfriend.
Charlie, is this some sort of a trick to get me back?
Not even the police.
Look, I know it's crazy. I know that, but look, Lieutenant!
It knows that you know. You'll do anything to protect yourself. But it will do anything to protect its secret. This could be the night of your life.
If you couldn't tell by the trailer, I was gonna this episode, I was gonna talk about the 1985 American supernatural horror flick, Fright Night, directed by Tom Holland. Not the Tom Holland Spider-Man. I don't even know if that Tom Holland was even alive, but Tom Holland, the director, writer, I'm talking about. The older gentleman, he's wrote a lot of movies, a lot of horror movies. He's now he's directed a lot of movies. He ended up directing Child's Play. He ended up writing Psycho 2. I didn't know this was his till I looked him up on Wikipedia. I didn't know this is his first time directing a movie, and I think some of the actors kind of weren't comfortable with his first time directing, but I think he did an amazing job. I think this movie's a cult classic. It's cheesy, like 80s cheese, but I still love it. They ended up remaking it in 2011 with Colin Farrell playing Jerry, and I was going to talk about that movie here in a little bit. But anyway, I was trying to think the first time I saw this. I always remember going to the video store with Dad. I mean, me and Dad would always go to the video store when I was a kid, and I always remember seeing the box with the house. It looks like a haunted house, and then the clouds is kind of shaped like a vampire coming out of the clouds. I always thought 80s like videotapes and posters, I feel like that was always where it was at. Something that's like a lost art form. I always thought like movie posters now is just kind of lame. I don't know, they seem kind of boring, and this kind of, they don't really interest you. I feel like 80s posters is where it's at. But anyway, if you don't know the story, it's about a teenage boy played by named Charlie Brewster, played by William Ragsdale. I think he's a senior, and he has a best friend named Evil Ed and a girlfriend named Amy. All through the movie, Evil Ed's saying, "You're so cool, Brewster." He's kind of, I guess it's kind of his friend. He kind of treats like Evil Ed like shit, I think. But anyway, he's kind of, I think he's a senior in high school, and there's some neighbors moving into the house, and Charlie starts to pick up on, he sees something through the window. It's kind of got some rear view window kind of vibes. Did I say that right? I don't know if I did. The Alfred Hitchcock movie. It's kind of got those vibes. He sees his neighbor, Jerry, played by Chris Sarandon, does an amazing job, do some weird things, and he thinks that he's starting to murder, like, young women, him and his caretaker. I think what's his caretaker's name? I think it's, Billy, played by Jonathan Stark. And he goes to kind of tell people, he tells his mom, his girlfriend, Evil Ed, and the police, and they all think he's crazy. And long story short, he finds out that Jerry is actually a vampire. But I don't know. This kind of so from there. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Charlie goes to his a horror host that he watches all the time, almost like a Vincent Price or kind of like an Elvira at the time, but played by Roddy McDowall. That kind of, you remember those old like horror hosts that would just show horror movies, and just kind of miss all that. And they would kind of like a Joe Bob Briggs at the time, would go for him for help, and he finds that the guy is not really who he says he is, not really a vampire hunter. But the guy kind of starts to help him anyway. They set out to kind of stop his neighbor, Jerry. Jerry falls in love with Charlie's girlfriend, which is, her name is Amy Patterson, played by Amanda Barrs. I don't know if you remember her from, like, Married with Children. I always thought she wasn't a very attractive lady. But anyway, Jerry kidnaps her and tries to turn her into a vampire because she reminds him of a love, like, a long time ago that he lost. That is the abridged version of Fright Night. But one of my favorites, it's a fun movie. I miss fun horror 80s movies like this. I just think I don't know how to describe. Maybe it's the writing and, like, the actors. I don't know. I did like the remake in 2011, but I mean, I don't know why they keep remaking stuff, because it's not going to be as good as the original, and it's just kind of everybody's just over it. Everybody rolls their eyes when they see a remake, especially a horror remake of, like, a classic movie. But I've not seen the second one. They made the second one in 1988, and Charlie does return. William Ragsdale. I think it has Uncle Rico as a werewolf in it, is what I've heard. I think because he's a werewolf in Monster Squad too, isn't he? That same actor. I want to see that. Like, I've tried to find it. I've looked at bootlegs. I just need to buy one day for my collection. I have the original one, and that one was kind of hard to find. It's really hard to find on Blu-ray. I think Scream Factory just put out a 4K. I might need to get that. I think I bought it on iTunes. I have to look. But I think the movie's just a lot of fun. This is 80s cheese at its best. I think Chris Sarandon does such a good job playing Jerry. He's great in Child's Play too. I haven't really heard much about Tom Holland recently. I mean, not Spider-Man, but the director, writer. I don't know if he still makes movies. I have to look, because he was a great writer, and I think he's a great director. I don't know. Studios maybe are just kind of, I don't know, maybe they thought maybe he's aging out, but I always thought he was good. I listened to this podcast called Movie Crypt with Joe Lynch and Adam Green. Joe Lynch is the director, and Adam Green kind of directed the Hatchet movies, and they've had Tom Holland on there several times talking to him. And he seems like a cool guy. He's got to be getting kind of up there. But that is the movie of this episode, Fright Night. If you haven't seen it, see it, and I think you'll dig it. If you like 80s horror movies, I think 80s horror movies are just where it's at. That's probably my favorite genre. But I don't know if it's just because I grew up in that era. I was a little kid in that era. That's why I like 80s horror so much. Or, I don't know. They just really are better. I just feel like they remake it. It's just like blah. But I do think the 2011 remake is a lot better than a lot of other remakes. I think my wife ended up really liking it too. I think we watched it on Prime. And I need to buy that one. I think you can get it pretty cheap. But anyway, check out 1985 Fright Night. Fun movie. Classic. And that is this week's first horror movie.
Oh, you're so cool, Brewster. I can't stand it.
What's up, guys? You can tell by the sound bites in the beginning. I know I always give it away what album I'm going to talk about, but if you know the band, you know the album, you already know what album I'm going to talk about, I don't know how that started. It kind of started organically. It wasn't like, you know what, I'm going to start playing my, each podcast, my favorite album, each podcast. I'm going to start playing the songs in the front. I just started doing that. It kind of like, when I write songs, they just kind of come together. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to fucking play. I don't know if, if you guys listen, watch my podcast, you listen to some of my songs I write. Those are actually original songs. I know they suck, but thank you. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the 1989 Matt Wallace produced, was it third album from Faith No More? First album with Mike Patton. Probably one of my favorite singers of all time. It took me a while to get into this band. But the Faith No More album, The Real Thing. Even my wife likes this album. The album's got so many different genres in it. Thrash, funk, pop. Mike Patton is just like a madman. He's doing all these crazy vocals and all this shit. The album's just amazing. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. I know a lot of people, they're not really... They're popular. They're a really big band, but they're not. They're not really in the zeitgeist like Metallica But, you go, somebody would go, oh, who is Faith No More? And you play them Epic, that song Epic. You're like, oh, yeah, I know that band. I thought it was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but it's not. I didn't even think that song even sounds like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think Faith No More is way better than the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And they don't have any songs about California either. But, every song is just so different than each, This is probably my favorite because it has a lot of thrash in it. I think Jim Martin's such a underrated guitar player, and he actually left after Angel Dust, which is sadly. But, I like the guitar player they have now. I can't remember. Is the guitar player they have now the same guitar player from Mr. Bungle? I can't remember. But, I kind of wish they would go back to this sound, because I think sometimes, as much as I love Mike Patton, he kind of gets off on a weird tangent, where I don't know, it's just like his music's a little too out there, but I like out there shit. I like Mr. Bungle. I love this album. I think every song's good. Like I said, it goes back and forth. I don't think my wife really liked, or she might have heard of Faith No More, but she never really listened to him until we got married and we're hanging out all the time, and I probably play The Real Thing all the time. I have the vinyl version. I have an old CD version. I have a deluxe version that Rhino put out. For some reason, my vinyl version does not have the cover of War Pigs by Black Sabbath. I don't know why. I know they changed singers before this album. They had Chuck Mosley for the first, 2-3 albums. And then I heard he didn't want to... he's more of a punk singer, and he didn't really want to do the cover of War Pigs. And I think Mike Patton joined. I don't know how they found Mike Patton, but I think he was a good addition. I feel like Mike Patton can do anything with his vocals. He can sing low, he can sing high, he can do the growls, the screaming. He just does kind of. I feel like he started all that shit. He just combined so much, kind of genres into one band. I think the whole band is super talented. I never was a big keyboard guy. I didn't really like keyboards in my metal. I hated when Iron Maiden added all the keyboards. I feel like Faith No More do it in kind of a creative way. I feel like this might be their heaviest album. This or the Angel Dust. I used to not like Angel Dust when I was a teenager. Now I really like Angel Dust. Is a really close second to this album. But I don't know something about this song. This is the songwriting. But I heard they had all the songs done before Mike Patton even joined the band. That's what I read. This is the shit I read. Who knows if it's true? It might even be on Wikipedia. So who knows? It might not be true at all. But amazing album. If you haven't heard it and you listen to this podcast, go check it out. The 2-3 people that listen. My grandma listens. Grandma, go check this album out. It's badass. Like I said, I think my wife has a crush on Mike Patton. She said she has a crush on him back in the day when he looked like in the early 90s, late 80s. Not now. She said he's gotten kind of ugly now. So we all, I'm gotten kind of ugly. I was handsome when I was young. Now I'm kind of ugly, bald. Look like a fat Scotty now. But anyway, that is my album of this episode. The Faith No More, The Real Thing. Badass. Got all kinds of types of genres. If you are in the mood for any funk, metal, thrash, pop, this album's got it all. I feel like this album was so ahead of its time. Sad, but I feel like Epic was like their biggest song, and I feel like they never really had a hit like that again. They were huge, you know. They were on tour with like Guns N' Roses and Metallica, and they, you know, they're famously known about talking shit about Guns N' Roses. So we're on tour with them in '91, which I think is hilarious. Mike Patton is not scared to speak his mind, and I think I've seen several videos where he talks shit about Wolfmother. I don't know if you've seen that video. He's like, what? He's like, what fucking year is this? Do you hear this shit? I actually like Wolfmother. I think Wolfmother is kind of awesome. But anyway, The Real Thing by Faith No More. Check it out. It's awesome. If you haven't heard it, you need to. Classic album. Amazing. So check it out.
Johnson. Adam.
You know Adam's missing, right?
Right? Kids aren't coming to school. It happens all the time.
I don't know if you were paying attention to roll call, but he's not the only one that's gone.
You're nuts.
This is my son, Charlie, and his girlfriend.
Hi.
So Jerry is our new neighbor.
Hey.
Now listen to me. We graphed up all the disappearances. That's you right there in the center next to his house. I really hate to be the one to tell you this, but that guy, your neighbor,
Jerry.
yeah, he's a vampire.
That is a terrible vampire name. Jerry?
Watching me. I've been watching you. Your mom, there's a kind of neglect. Gives off a scent. And your girl, she's ripe. It's on you to look out for them, because there are a lot of bad people out there, Charlie.
What's that?
I'm gonna end him or he's gonna end me. That's how it's gonna be.
Charlie's gonna find me.
I'm counting on it. You smell that? It's your fear.
Did I kill him?
Hopefully.
The second movie I wanted to talk about this episode was the 2011 remake of Fright Night, starring Colin Farrell as Jerry, and I'm not saying his name right. The kind of late, he's a great actor in Star Trek, and shit, my mind's going blank. I read the books. He played, his name is Anton Yelchin. I hope I'm saying his name right. Let me see. I read these books, and I was trying to think. I loved them, and man, my mind, I tell you, my mind, like, recently is just like, so, like, I don't know, scatterbrained. Maybe it's just the way, Odd Thomas. I was trying to think of Odd Thomas. Cool books. I've read, like, 3 of them now, and, he's great in them. Hate to, you know, it's a couple years ago, I hate to see that he passed away in a car accident, but great actor. But anyway, 2011 Fright Night remake, kind of better than it should be, because a lot of remakes are coming out at the time, like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street one was horrible. What's some other remakes? Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out. I thought that one was okay. I felt like it hadn't really stood the test of time. It's kind of nice to see Jessica Biel walk around with a tank top. Trying to think what other. I know they tried to remake some other movies and they did just get off the ground. I know they remade Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds. They tried to make Monster Squad. I thought that would be cool. But anyway, we're talking about Fright Night from 2011, directed by Greg Kalicki. I don't know what else he has directed. I need to look him up. But also starred Imogen. I'm gonna say her name right. Imogen Poots, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, which pretty much played shit, my mind's going blank again, from Superbad. McLovin.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
I don't know. What's on my. I don't smoke weed. I don't do any. I don't know why. My brain. Maybe it's getting older. Anyway, produced by Michael DeLuca. I think he's produced a lot of the Zack Snyder kind of DC movies. But I heard this is a DreamWorks kind of movie, so I heard Steven Spielberg provided a great deal of input in the making of the film, such as storyboarding, scenes, and assistance while editing. I kind of wonder why he helped out in this movie. I guess he, I don't know, maybe he's he loves horror. He's a big fan of horror. I wish Spielberg would direct some more horror movies. I feel like his movies aren't what they used to be, like like they were in the 80s. Like he always had little horror kind of parts and stuff. Like if you watch Indiana Jones, it's got some horror parts where the guy's head explode or you know. And I heard, you know, it said Toby Hooper directed the original Poltergeist, but as a rumor that Steven Spielberg directed it, but who knows? Anyway, back to Fright Night. I think Colin Farrell does a good job playing Jerry. I think Anton does a really good job playing Charlie. It's like a different feel. It is definitely an updated version. For a remake, I think they did a good job. David Tennant plays another version of Peter Vincent, but it's not like the original one. It's almost like a Chris Angel-like character. I thought that was kind of cool, but kind of lame. I don't know. Also, Toni Collette is in it, playing Charlie's mom. She's in a shitload of stuff now, which in that movie I fucking hate. Was it Hereditary? Oh my god, that movie's so fucking bad. She's a great actress, though. Also, Dave Franco is in it as, I guess, I don't know if he's as one of his friends. I haven't watched this movie in a while. I need to watch it again. Actually, Chris Sarandon actually makes an appearance when they're having a chase at the end of the movie. They wreck into his car, and I think, if I remember right, I think Colin Farrell's Jerry kills him. So it's kind of a fun kind of homage to the old one. Like I said, my wife watched this. We watched it on Prime not too long ago. I don't own it. I need to get it because I actually, every time I watch it, I forget how good it is. It's definitely better than it needs to be. I don't think it really kind of follows the story of the original one. It's like they almost live in like I think they live really close to the Las Vegas in this one, and I think the first one's kind of more like a suburban kind of feel. But all the characters are really well. It's what you should do with a remake. I think it's just make it fun. You just don't make it kind of bland. I think a lot of remakes are just like bland. They don't make a lot of sense. I kind of, when I first saw this, I went with a buddy, and I kind of didn't want to see it because I really liked the first one. But I remember the first time I watched it, I just thought it was I don't know what. I just kept hearing people praise it, the remake, and I'm like, well, let me check this out again. And I actually watched it again. I really like it. Every time I watch it now, I think it's like just a fun movie. Be cool to watch it as a double feature. Again, I've never seen the second one. They made a second one to this one. It was directed the DVD, and I can't remember what year. Okay, 2013, straight to video. It's called Fright Night: New Blood. It has none of the cast from the original one. I heard it's just pretty much the same thing. But I heard Evil Ed is alive in the sequel. But I've never seen the Fright Night 2 from 1988. I still have not seen that one. I want to. I saw it was free on YouTube. I might have to watch that. Like I said, I've been trying to find that one because I kind of want to see it. But I heard it was cheesy. But it can't be cheesier than the first one. But yeah, Fright Night 2011. That it's this week's second movie. Fun movie. Actually pretty good for a remake. I think Colin Farrell does a great job. Anton does a great job. I hope I'm saying it right. Imogen Poots. Toni Collette, she's always great. Cool remake. If you haven't seen it, check it out. On to the next segment.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
I do have to tell you about what happened to the last owners.
They didn't die in here, did they?
Yes, actually. Murder-suicide.
We'll take it.
They're gonna die in here.
Addie says that to everybody.
Sometimes people just go mad.
I saw something!
You have to get out of that house.
What scares you?
Everything.
American Horror Story premieres Wednesday, October 5th at 10 on FX.
If you can't tell by the trailer, I guess this segment or the show of this episode, I was gonna talk about the FX's Ryan Murphy produced American Horror Story. I was kind of late to this show. I didn't see it for years. I want to say I started the first season on. I think I saw it on Netflix. The first season, 2011's Murder House. I really enjoyed that, but I don't know why. I guess I just kind of lost interest, and for years I didn't really go back and watch it, and the seasons kind of piled up, and I kind of, it just kind of seemed kind of daunting to kind of go back and watch all of them, but I finally did. I think I watched it on Amazon Prime. I think I watched it with my father-in-law. We watched a lot of them. I think there's still some seasons I haven't seen. I haven't seen, was it Roanoke? I hope I'm saying that right. I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen Cult. And I heard those two were kind of bad. But the show is really well written. I can't talk like usual. And some of they kind of rotating cast members that come back and kind of play different characters, which I think is really cool. What's his name? Evan Peters. He's great. He plays different characters in each season. Ryan Murphy came out with that show on Netflix about Jeffrey Dahmer. That was really good. He played Jeffrey Dahmer. Dark show, but really, really good. Dylan McDermott comes back a lot. Let's see who else. My mind's going blank, as always. Kathy Bates comes back a lot and plays characters. It's kind of cool. What's her name? She's in a lot of movies now. I wonder if she got Sarah Paulson. She's in a lot of seasons. Like I said, a lot of the cast members come back and play different characters. It's really, really cool. Good show. Really well written and well acting. Some of it looks like a movie. And I love the 1984 season. It's kind of it's almost like a slasher in the woods at summer camp. Had a real Friday the 13th kind of vibe to it. I thought it had a good story. That's probably one of my favorites. I've not seen the newest seasons, NYC and Delicate. One of them had Kim Kardashian in it as one of the characters, and I don't really care to see her try to act. I could give two shits about the Kardashians. I think they really have just kind of one of the things in society I wish would go away. Them and the Jersey Shore cast, they're both horrible. But I really enjoyed Murder House. I really enjoyed Asylum. Really enjoyed Coven. Coven's one of my favorites. That's probably my second favorite. Had to do with these witches that live kind of in this mansion in Louisiana. I really enjoyed that one. And I actually come back in the season 8 Apocalypse. I really enjoyed Hotel, which had Lady Gaga in it, and I thought her acting wasn't too bad. I really enjoyed Freak Show. Freak Show had this clown serial killer that was it gave Art the Clown from the Terrifier movies a run for its money. I enjoyed all those. I watched a little bit of Double Feature, but I couldn't really get into it. I need to go back and watch it. But the story it's really the stories are really always really interesting. They had some spin-off series. One of them was American Crime Stories. Another one was called American Horror Stories, I think it was called. I have not checked that out yet. But I really enjoyed it. I wish I could find a longer trailer that kind of had a little bit of all the seasons in it, but I can only find this 35-second trailer. They just had that first season, Murder House. Murder House was good. It wasn't my favorite. I really like Asylum, too. Asylum was really good. Like I said, Evan Peters, he's in a lot of them, and he's great in all of them, I think. I'll definitely check it out if you're a horror fan. I kind of didn't. It kind of turned me off because I know Ryan Murphy did Glee, and I couldn't really stand Glee. I thought it was the stupidest fucking show I've ever seen in my life. I just couldn't get into it. But he did another show before that called Nip Tuck that I really liked about these surgeons in Miami. That was actually really good and had some horror elements into it. Like, I think the second season had this serial killer called the Carver, if I remember right. But cool show. I need to catch up. Walmart had like all the seasons in a box set. I don't know if it was a bootleg or real. I did not realize that Walmart would sell bootleg things. I found bootleg things like kind of inside the store and bought them, and really kind of blew me away. Kind of surprised me. It's really weird. Anyway, I had like a situation where like, this is several years ago when they had more movies at Walmart. I kind of was in there and I can't remember what the two movies that I bought, but it was like, it was really weird. It's one of those things that, wow, this should not be at Walmart. But, file under, category shit you find at Walmart. But I went to, kind of, buy them, and the cashier was like, where did you get these? Where did you find these? I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Who sold you these? I'm like, well, I guess this girl did in the back. And then it's like, we don't have these here. We don't have these in stock. I'm like, okay. So I don't know if this girl had like a bootleg kind of business going inside Walmart. It was really strange. But anyway, I digress. But that was a long time ago. Kind of talking about it kind of remind me of it. It's kind of weird. But anyway, if you haven't seen American Horror Story, watch it. Very fun show. Like, certain seasons are better than others. It has the typical Hollywood woke shit in it. They had to just throw in there, but very creative. All the actors are great. The stories are great. Like I said, I need to catch up on the newest seasons. But I think the cult one, I didn't really watch it that much because it kind of turned me off. I heard kind of bad things, because they were kind of, if you're a Trump supporter, they were kind of making fun of you, or kind of that. If you're right-wing conservative, they kind of make fun of you, which, all Hollywood and TV does that now. So, but anyway, that is the horror show, or the show of this episode. So, on to the next segment.
What is it? Good sir! What is it? Good sir! What is it? You want it all, but you can't have it. It's in your face, but you can't grab it. Yes, sir!
On this segment, I kind of want to do something kind of different. I've been wanting to do this for a while, do kind of a top 10 list. Always think, I always think about a top 10 in my head, favorite albums or favorite sophomore albums or favorite butt plugs that I like, stuff like that. And I think this would be a good outlet for that. On this episode, I wanted to I had the idea, when I watch a movie, I always or a horror movie, or it have to be a horror movie. I was like, man, I always think, this is how my mind works. I'm like, this could be a Tales from the Crypt episode. And I compiled a top 10 list of movies that could be a Tales from the Crypt episode. I don't know if you remember Tales from the Crypt. It was on HBO, I think from the late 80s to mid 90s, and they made two movies. I'm sure if you're my age and you like horror and you listen to this podcast, you're already probably a fan of Tales from the Crypt. But anyway, this is, I always wanted to kind of, I don't really meet a lot of people that kind of like the same stuff I do. Well, I don't out in where I work and out and about. So I was thinking, who could I tell that would kind of hey, this is my top 10 movies that could be a Tales from the Crypt episode, or whatever top 10 metal albums or top 10 favorite bands. My wife's just gonna. I mean, my wife is sweet, but she'll just probably like listen, but not like you're a nerd or roll her eyes in a playful manner. But anyway, this episode, I'm gonna start this segment. Top 10. This is the top 10 movies that could be a Tales from the Crypt episode, my opinion. And I got an honorable mention. I don't know if you remember the Mickey Rourke. I love Mickey Rourke in anything. I don't know if you remember the 1987 movie. Had the same producers of like Terminator and Rambo. It was called Angel Heart, where he was kind of like a detective, a gumshoe, like in the 50s, trying to find like a missing person. And this guy hired him. Robert De Niro hired him to find. And it kind of got kind of weird. And if you haven't seen it, I don't want to ruin it. It's a cool movie. I have to talk about it sometime on this show. But I always feel like it could be like a Tales from the Crypt episode. And that is my honorable mention. If you haven't seen Angel Heart, any Mickey Rourke movie, really, just kind of go check it out. Or 80s Mickey Rourke, 80s to mid-90s Mickey Rourke's where it's at. But my number 10 is, I just recently bought this movie, and I want to talk about it in a different episode, as Abigail. I don't know if you've seen this movie. It came out this year, but I just thought this movie was a blast. It was kind of a interesting take on vampire mythos. I just thought it was just a cool movie. My number 9 is Tales from the Hood. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, and I know Scream Factory put it out, and I've not seen the second one. I know they had the second one, and I just really thought this movie was a blast, and I totally could think it could be a Tales from the Crypt episode. My number 8 is Killer Clowns from Outer Space, and I definitely need to talk about this movie more, a different episode. I love this movie. I've loved this movie since I was a kid. It's kind of weird, when your memories pop up on Facebook. This popped up. I got the Arrow version from Blu-ray, or I got the Blu-ray version from Arrow. I said that backwards. And they did a really good job. I know they've been trying to make a sequel. The maker's been trying to make a sequel to this movie for a long time. And kind of like a nerdy tidbit, they kind of used the clown makeup from this movie. They repainted it and used it for Ernest Scared Stupid. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but yeah, number 7. Yeah, number 7. All the Night of the Demon movies. I could see them being Tales from the Crypt movies. I just had the first one. I kind of want to order 2 and 3. They just Scream Factory just put 2 and 3 out, and I've not seen the remake. I saw you can watch it for free. I think it was on Tubi. But I think all those have like the Tales from the Crypt kind of vibe. And let's see here. What was that, number 7? This is number 6. I feel like Frighteners could be like a Tales from the Crypt movie, but I've heard like a rumor that this was originally supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt movie. So it was my number 1. But I really enjoy that movie. I enjoy Peter Jackson. I just like his style and his creativity. Fun movie. I always like Michael J. Fox in anything. Number 5, Lord of Illusion. I don't know if you've seen that movie with Scott Bakula. Cool movie. Clive Barker movie. Very weird and interesting, but I really love it. Real creepy, but kind of an underrated movie. Let's see. Number 4, House on Haunted Hill, 1999. I don't know if you saw the remake. I know Dark Castle put that out. Dark Castle is Warner Brothers redoing all the, what's his name? Redoing all his movies he did with Vincent Price. I can't remember the guy's name. Ugh, that's horrible in it. But anyway, fun movie. Got a lot of people in it. It's a kind of a fun horror movie. Like, I remember seeing the movie theater. I just thought it was a blast. I got the Scream Factory version, and I still watch it, and it's super cheesy, but a lot of fun. Let's see here. Was that number 5 or 4? The first 3 Return of the Living Dead movies. I could see all of them being Tales from the Crypt movies. So a lot of fun. What was that? Number 3? What did I say? Number 4? I meant number 3. This is number 2. Dead Alive or Brain Dead from 1992. I could see that being a Tales from the Crypt movie. Totally. Another Peter Jackson movie. I think that movie's just a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite movies. That movie needs a re-release bad. I saw you could buy it on Amazon Prime on streaming. I might have to buy that on streaming. Only have it on DVD, and my copy doesn't look very good. So I'd love to see like a really cleaned up copy of that. My number one, and I heard it one time, this was supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt movie, is From Dusk Till Dawn by Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino. Cool movie. I love it. I watched it a billion times. It totally has a Quentin Tarantino feel to it, even though Robert Rodriguez directed it, which makes total sense. Fun movie. Another honorable mention, that was the number one, From Dusk Till Dawn. Another honorable mention is the Grindhouse movies, Planet Terror and Death Proof. I think those could have been Tales from the Crypt movies, but that is this episode's top 10. I'm going to start doing these like every episode. So if you, the three people listen to my podcast, or whatever you call it, video cast with no video, please comment and give me your top 10. You know, I'd love to hear from like you and your top 10. So on to the next segment. This part of the podcast, this segment, I just felt led to kind of say this. I've been nervous about this, about anything, because I hate people that are preachy or just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, I've always ran from people that are like this, and I don't want to come off as preachy or you know, just kind of shove things down people's throats, because I feel like that in my life, this kind of people have done this to me. And if you don't want to hear any of this, then just fast forward it. If it turns you off, or you listen to this podcast, or you don't like this kind of stuff. I feel like, you know, I'm a Christian. I know I talk about horror movies and heavy metal, and I know a lot of people feel like if you like all that, you go to hell, which is not true at all. That's a total opposite. You know, that's such a wise tale, folklore. You know, it's malarkey. You know, that's not true at all. And I've heard that all my life. You know, I've tried to go to church. I've tried to, you know, kind of, what's the word? I'm tried to, you know, meet people at church. I've tried to go to, I don't know how many different churches I've been to, and it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same people with different faces. But anyway, I just feel like the Lord, you know, I don't know what I'm really trying to say, but I feel like the Lord's just kind of trying to speak through me and just kind of say that, you know, you're not alone. And the world is hard. The world's kind of going into a dark place, I feel. And everybody's so decisive. And I just, you know, I don't think it's the end of the world, but I do think the world is going to a darker place. And I feel like, you know, more people need Jesus more than ever, you know. And I just want to say that to you without being preachy. You know, I like I said, I've had, you know, Christianity just rammed down my throat it's kind of turned me off, you know, and Christian people have turned me off, you know, like going to church. People are horrible. The worst people I've ever met in my life have been at church. And people I thought, you know, were on my side, you know, they were the worst people. They're two-faced. And I strive to not be like that. And I feel like God's just kind of speaking through me right now to kind of witness to, you know, whoever listens to this podcast, the two people. If it reaches this one person, I'm totally happy with that, you know. And I think, I think God, I don't think God is the vengeful being that people make him out to be. I don't think he's out to get you, you know, like, that's what I used to think, you know. I don't think he is. And I don't think he's full of hate. I don't think he's, you know, a lot of people have a bad kind of idea of God. I did for a while, you know. I've been through a lot, especially in the last 10 years. I just And sometimes, you know, I'm totally a wish-washy Christian. I'm judgmental, and I'm just a human being, though, at the end of the day. But I'm just as bad, you know, sometimes. And I'm hoping God can fix me, and hope God can fix you too. I've been wanting to kind of do this segment, this one little, you know, 5-minute, you know, maybe 5 to 10 minute segment where I just kind of, I don't want to say preach, but just kind of say, you know, God's here for you, and, you know, please accept Jesus into your soul like I did. And I've been a Christian for a long time, probably all my life, but I just lately, in the last year or two, I've been trying to get right with him, because I feel like the world is kind of going in a dark place. And you're like, dude, weren't you just talking about butt plugs? And I was. And that's just my personality. And I try to have a good sense of humor. I have a wicked sense of humor. Probably not right. I probably laugh at things I shouldn't sometimes. But I think God has a sense of humor too. You know, I think God is full of love. I think God is a God of love. He's not a God of hate. Wherever you're from, creed, you know, background, you know, culture, you know, God loves you no matter what. And I think we need more of that. I think everybody is so divided, you know, with politics, you know, religion, and all that stuff. I just wanted to use this kind of, you know, I mean, what a good tool of like a you know, YouTube. I could put my songs on there, or I could talk about music or movies that I love. I mean, what Christian can you talk to about, you know, Night of the Demons? You know, look at you like you're going to hell, but you're not. You're not going to hell for liking that stuff. You know, you're not. How ridiculous is that? Like saying you go to hell because you like Metallica. That's so unbelievably ridiculous. But I just want to say God loves you, and I love you too. You know, like I want to do this every segment. You know, just kind of talk about situations I've dealt with. You know, and maybe we can grow together. You know, if you don't even like this, you know, just don't listen to me ever again. You know. But I hope somebody out there hears this and it kind of helps them. That's kind of why I do this. I kind of help whoever needs to hear this, because I know I needed to hear this at one time. You know, God loves you. I love you. You know, I hope you dig the podcast. And it's a good outlet for all kinds of things. So, cool. On to the next segment.
Party's over.
Sadly, that's the end of the this episode's podcast. I had fun. I hope you did too. I guess the wiener tucking and wiener docking is gonna have to wait till next time.
So long, gay boys.
I hope you enjoyed these. You know, after I did the segments on Fright Night, I kind of looked up some more information on Fright Night, and supposedly Tom Holland, the director, not Spider-Man, was been trying to make a third one called Fright Night Resurrection with everybody back. You know, the guy that plays Evil, was it Evil? Shit, my mind's going blank. I don't even smoke weed. It's crazy. The guy that plays Jerry, the guy that plays all the cast member, he wanted back. He's been trying to get it made for a while now. So I hope he does. I hope he gets that made. And I think he wants to call it Fright Night Resurrection. And I don't know how he would bring Jerry, played by, is it Chris Sarandon? How do we bring him back? I know he wants to bring William Ragsdale back as Charlie. And I think that would be a blast. I would watch that. You know, it seems like they're building a lot of, they call them legacy sequels now. They're doing a lot of that now. So that would be really interesting. I would totally watch that. So I hope you enjoyed. Hope I didn't get too preachy. Wasn't trying to. I don't know. I feel like God kind of reached out to me and kind of led me to kind of say that. You know, I just been kind of wanting to do that for a while. Just kind of always pussy out. So I hope you enjoyed that part. I was going to talk about some other stuff, and I can't remember, movie stuff and music stuff, but I can't remember. Anyway, I've been watching Twin Peaks on Paramount Plus, and remember our teacher would show that to us. I mean, what kind of art teacher would show that to kids, which is super cool. Weird ass show, but I just can't stop watching it. I want to watch that in the Revival series. I have to talk about it in a different episode. I've been really enjoying it. I really like Kyle MacLachlan. I think he's a real underrated actor. You don't really see him much anymore. It's cool to see him in the new Fallout show. And I heard they got the script for season 2 already done. They're going to start filming soon. I went and saw Twisters, me and my wife, and we had a blast. It was a cool movie. We saw it in a good theater with a big sound system. It was awesome. And right after we got out, my wife's like, do you want to go see another movie? And I was like, yeah, sure. And we looked. And my wife knows I'm a big horror fan, and she knows I wanted to go see Maxine. And if you don't know, that's like the third movie in the X, Pearl, And we went and saw it. My wife, I don't think my wife liked it at all, but I did. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was sweet of her. And I kind of enjoy those movies. I wouldn't say they're amazing. I'm kind of surprised they're as popular as they are, but I really enjoyed them. I went and saw my dad a couple weeks ago. I think I mentioned that. And I went and saw Furiosa, the Mad Max movie. I thought that was good. I don't know why they had to. I mean, I don't mind it because I grew up with like Sarah Connor and Ripley, Sigourney Weaver's Ripley, and I'm all about women being badass. I was raised by my mom, but I don't know. Like, I guess Hollywood is scared of toxic masculinity. I just think it's what. Why do they make all this shit without the characters? Like, what do they make like a Madam Web movie? Like, how do you make a Madam Web movie without Spider-Man? Or they have a Penguin show coming out. How do you make a Penguin show without Batman? Or how do you make these, Venom without Spider-Man? Like, how do you make a Mad Max movie without Mad Max? But he's in it for like 2 seconds if you look right. But anyway, it was good. My wife said it was too loud, but I enjoyed it. Anyway, that is the cast, or video cast, or whatever the hell you call it. Anyway, I'm going to play you out one of my favorite bands, and this is the first time I played a song by them. And it's crazy I have not played a song before now, but this is my favorite band, Metallica. I think this is the best Metallica song in probably 30 years or more. This is from their 2016 album, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. I think this album kicks ass. I think this song kicks ass. When I first heard it, I was just blown away. I don't know how you can say Metallica sucks and you hear this song. I think this song is amazing. But thank you for listening. I hope I did not chase you off by my preachy kind of... I just felt like God was kind of leading me to say that. And I hope it helps somebody out there. And what outlet anywhere has horror movies, metal music, and a sermon in the same podcast? I wouldn't say a sermon. This kind of, talking about Jesus, I guess. I just felt to kind of lead that, and I hope it touched somebody out there. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and I will see you next time. And rock out to this Metallica song because it's awesome. And cheers.